Hey everyone, how are you doing? You got Mike here, and today we're taking a look at Spider Series lights. So I actually have the 600 watt version of this light. There was also an 800 and a 1000 watt version of this light. This here was more for an industrial grow type situation. After quite a bit of talking with the owner of the company, we basically got him to open it up to the consumer market, which we'll get into a little bit later in the video. But I would like to show you a little bit more about this light that we're using because it's pretty freaking awesome. So this here is the 600 watt version of the light. It's made up of 6 of these bars here, which are using Samsung LM301B diodes, the 3000, the 5000K, the 660 deep red nanometers, and the 730 IR. The 660s are using the Osram chips as well for those ones. So the light is powered by 3 Meanwell drivers. It's using the ELG series 200 watts. And there's 3 of them in here inside the enclosed center case. So some of the really cool features that I like of this bar are in the bar itself. So it does have a nice lens over top of it, which seems to actually work fairly well in dispersing the light. It also does not have the coating on the actual board, which I think a lens is a little bit better. I've been trying to get some companies to put a lens on a light, but I think this is actually a cool design. Another really good thing about it is the connection point. How these bars actually just easily just go up into the light. It's just really super simple. And I did mention earlier that this was taking up pretty much all of our tans. And as you can see, on the end of each of these, there is a plastic end cap, which basically is going to keep your mind at ease that even if it's touching the edge of your tent, it's not going to burn anything. A little bit further in the video, we're going to get into testing, where we're going to show you the heat testing, and you're really going to get to see how well these lights actually do perform. So if I can show you this, hopefully my camera will pick it up. But all along the whole edge of these here, this is all heatsink. This is all fins. And there's actually a little bit of weight to these bars because there's just a solid chunk of aluminum on top. And it's really well designed to dissipate heat. I can tell from using this now for the last month that it does do a really good job at keeping itself cool. So this light does have dimming capabilities. Once again, when we get to the testing phase, we will show you a little bit more about as you dim, I'll show you the energy consumption out of each of the settings that we're dimming. So this light here is ready to pull 600 watts out of the wall, so we're going to test that when we get into our testing phase. So this light here is ETL listed as well as DLC listed. So once again, have a peace of mind knowing that you're having a safe light, that you purchase a safe light that's been third-party tested and basically tested to the point that we know for a fact that it is safe. So the one thing that I didn't mention that I don't actually have is the tablet that runs these things. If you have the tablet, you can really control the spectrum of the light. You can control all of your timers and everything. And it's just a really cool feature. The only problem is it is an additional add-on and it costs about $200. Now, this isn't just your average tablet that you get to control your lights. It's actually a full-on out system, and I will put a little video clip in here to show you some of the really cool features of it.
Environmental control system, Hydro X Pro. The 4-in-1 sensor, MBS Pro, comes with an LCD screen for easy on-site monitoring. Hydro X Pro also provides greater flexibility, allowing you to plug in any module and achieve any desired functionality. You can also set up each plug-in module to have multiple activation conditions, allowing for almost unlimited control options. All settings including lighting, temperature, humidity, CO2, and timers can be specified by the user as they build their multi-week crop schedules. Hydro X Pro, the future of intelligent growing is here.
So what we would like to do is get into a little bit of the testing. Now, although this light is just so big, we're not equipped to fully do par testing for these 5x5 and 6x6 lights. So we're going to have to do an open floor testing, and I am in the process of trying to find some time in Mylar. It's just been taking a really long time to get here. So when we do get some, we will for sure be putting up some new par maps on our website once we retest these lights in those conditions. So let's get into the testing. guys, so now that we've done the testing, let's take a look at some of the results. Now, I know that we couldn't really do much for the power testing because we're just not fully equipped to test a 5x5 light, but we do have some other information available. Now, the company was nice enough to provide us with some actual testing from their Evergreen machine, which I believe is like a $20,000+ machine. So it did give us some information. So with the 600 watt, they did a test that came with a 2.5 micromoles per watt, pulling 585 watts. Also, they did this test with the 800 watt light, and it did 2.75 micromoles per watt and 775 watts pulled for that test. So you can see the spectrum and all this stuff here on it. So that's nice that they actually do include that stuff. It definitely helped me in my decision of picking this light. So taking a look at the power maps that we actually didn't do, we got a 2.11 micromoles per joule with our power testing in an open floor, no walls at all around it, and that turned out pretty good. For if you're just going to use this in open floor like we did, your recommended hang height would probably be around 16 inches. And if you were going to use it into reflective wall, I guarantee that would be anywhere between 18 and 20 inches tall above the plants, just because the reflective walls would increase the sides, and the reflection back into the middle will definitely bring that up. So I can guarantee you probably get at least 18 to 20 inches relative hang height with the lights running at full power. The last thing that I wanted to cover was the different power settings, the different settings. So the first setting was 149 watts. The second setting hit up to 293 watts. The third power setting was 451 watts. And the last one was at 597 watts. So to give you guys an idea, those are the differences between your settings. So taking a look at the heat testing, 46 degrees on top of the bar. And remember, we're doing this just an open floor, no air blowing on it or anything like that for cooling. This is just naturally cooling what the air temperature was. Air temperature was 22 degrees when we did this test, and the light was running for 8 hours. So 46 degrees on the top, which is 116 degrees Fahrenheit. On the bottom was 46.8, so there wasn't really much, but I believe that was probably due to the lens, which is kind of reflecting some of the light. So I'm not really sure. I would imagine it's going to be a little bit warmer on the bottom than it was on the top. And the case was showing back at 30. So this is kind of the only downside to this, is the drivers are enclosed in the case, so we can't actually get a actual reading of how warm the drivers are running. That's the only downside to this sort of light bar style light like this, where the drivers are enclosed. Basically, if you guys are interested in light, we will help you get one of these lights here with the manufacturer. So like I said, the manufacturer really did not want to sell these lights really to consumers. They're more looking for the industrial grow type deals. So it was more suited for that type of environment. And I really kind of convinced them, like, you guys should look at these for a consumer market, because these are pretty nice lights, and I'm sure that a lot of people would want them. So they're going to give it a shot anyway. So if you guys are interested, come hit me up, and we'll see what we can do. At least give you some prices, and if it's something you're interested in, we'll pass you off to the company, and you can try it out for yourself. So I would like to thank everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and you guys all have yourself a great day. Take care.